What happens when a highly regarded detective faces one of the hardest missions in his life? Something personal to him. To take down the most notorious serial killer, who this time has targeted the detective's family. How will the detective take this villain down? And what would happen in the event of him losing his family? Hi folks, I'm R, your narrator, and welcome to Wally, which is heavily inspired by a game that I made a video about earlier called Let's Find Larry. Let's Find Larry was one of the most popular games that so many YouTubers made a video about, including myself, which you can watch by clicking on the link below. In this game, we assume the role of a detective working with a mysterious contractor. The contractor seems to be some sort of a detective himself who doesn't like to talk about himself or explain his motives or who he is, wanting to keep it under radar and professional, no greeting or getting to know each other. The first job this contractor gives to the detective is more of a favor or a test to see how good the detective is at his job. The favor involves finding a woman whom, as the contractor explains, looks different now to what she used to look like. The contractor gives the detective a torn piece of picture which only has the picture of this woman having a distinctive heart tattoo right above her eyebrow. The detective goes to the bar where she is supposedly in, which is filled with different characters, all looking bizarre and uncanny. We soon figure out who the woman is, focusing on the heart tattoo above the eyebrow, with the woman having a mohawk now and looking very different to how she used to look like. Finding the woman, she seems unusually nervous, stuttering if the detective is with the specific contractor, which leads to her getting captured and shot dead. You might be thinking this woman had it coming, as she must have done something so terrible. But as we talk to the contractor, we learn it was something more personal to him. She seemingly divorced the contractor, which ended with her taking half of his assets, losing his apartment in the process. That's why he called it a favor and not a job. We don't really know if this lady really deserved losing her life or not, and we cannot rely on what the mysterious contractor says about her, that she had it coming. He seems to be holding a grudge against her, so most likely she didn't deserve dying. Moving on, we learn the detective is in fact looking for a specific person, and it is him who is interrogating this mysterious person with a fedora hat. The detective gets a rifle as a good luck gift, as this mysterious person the detective is looking for is not an easy target, with the fedora man having no hope of him surviving. Regardless, the detective takes the rifle and goes on looking for this unnamed wanted person. We have a lot of references in the game, with some that I noticed being the owl and beard in Hotline Miami, Super Meat Boy, Among Us, and some more. The picture shows someone in the Waldo attire, who is called Wally, someone who seems to have many duplicates and clones. Managing to find the target and shoot him down, the detective goes back to the fedora man yet again. This comes across as something bizarre and strange, as the detective found the target already and shot him down. Why is he back to the fedora man? This would only mean that the detective failed or that he is going in circles, not really getting close to his target. Or maybe the people that he even shot were not Wally, meaning that he might have killed innocent people. The fedora man then goes on a monologue, suggesting something troubling.
You want to avoid the spiral, right? Stay anchored. The second you let go, the current will pull you under. Although, I've now taken a closer look. It seems you've already wrecked, just running away. A dead man walking.
The conversation is surreal and bizarre, as if implying the detective has lost his mind and he is spiraling down a rabbit hole of insanity. Despite killing the target, he still looks for him and gets a new picture of the same exact person, going to a different place to look for him and stop him. After finding the man and shooting him again, the detective is back to the fedora man, who condescends him and confronts him how crazy all of this truly is. The detective has already killed the target, yet he keeps going back to the fedora man and keeps asking him about the same target. The fedora man has self-awareness and understands that this is just going in circles. Yet the detective is back for the same target again and again. Yet he goes along with the detective's delusion and demands and gives him more images of the same target to go and find him.
You're either not listening or perhaps you're just acting like none of this is even happening. The truth is staring at you right in your face, you know. Yet you're too busy looking the other way, pretending it's still yesterday. You want to know why you're stuck? You keep dragging your past into the present, thinking it'll give you a future. It won't, buddy. Your future looks pretty grim. And I'm not talking about yours. Keep clasping at straws like this, and I'll promise you something. You'll find Wally soon enough.
This clearly suggests that the detective has done something that he feels guilty about in the past. Something he hasn't moved on from. This troubles his conscience and keeps going in circles, trying to change the past, just to feel better. But of course, that is not the case and cannot do anything about it anymore. So this entire encounter with the Fedora Man and his pointless search for Wally, the man that he keeps shooting who never dies, is a deep dive into a rabbit hole of insanity where the detective is drowning in, unable to pull himself out of. This time around, the detective goes to a beach to find Wally. There seems to be an important place in his subconscious which keeps circling back and tormenting him. The entire encounter with the Fedora Man is reminiscent of the encounters with the masked individuals in Hotline Miami, as the protagonist, Jacket, was deep in his own subconscious, jumping in and out of reality, struggling with his own conscience. The background music used in this game also has some Hotline Miami soundtrack, showing how much it has been inspired by it. Back to the Fedora Man, he criticizes the detective to how bad he is at his job, as the Fedora Man is the one questioning him, while he is the one who is supposed to be the detective. The Fedora Man then explains how the detective cannot change the past and he has already messed up when he reveals his identity, being Wally himself. Wally doesn't seem to be a person, or at least not anymore, as the detective already killed him 3 different times, and the Fedora Man influencing him so far was Wally as well, which the Fedora Man explains Wally is an idea and not a person. A room is then filled with clones of Wally, with the Fedora Man transforming into a monstrous being. This entity seems to be a figment or creation of the detective's suffering mind, blaming him for something that he had done. The detective had failed to do his job properly, which seemingly led to a catastrophe or a tragedy, which he is blaming himself for over and over again.
Everything that's happened so far, it's all your fault. Everything that's going to happen, it's all your fault. You're teetering on the edge, detective. I hope you like the view. Maybe it's better for you to jump. Words are just noise. Actions, though, they echo long after the talking stops.
In a distorted reality with different shapes and sizes of Wally, all molded and mutilated in nightmarish ways, the detective finds a duffel bag. Using the duffel bag, it explodes, causing a large-scale devastation. The detective being consumed by the individual known as Wally, someone he kills over and over again, who keeps coming back to torment him. He thinks the only way to get rid of him is using a large makeshift bomb in order to kill all types of Wally in one go. That's when we discover the brutal truth.
I would call you a monster, but you don't even know what you've done yourself, do you? You're f***ed in the head. The person you know as Wally, detective. You see, he's been in penitentiary for the last 3 years. He was locked up for the murder of your wife and children, if I recall. He's still rotting away, waiting for his turn in the gallows. Detective, I hope you think this over. If he's in prison, who do you think died to that bomb of yours? Where's Wally? Detective?
This brutal discovery unveils that the detective lost his mind after his wife and children were brutally murdered under the hands of a felon called Wally. This resulted in the detective spiraling down to insanity, seeing Wally everywhere, who consumes him from within. He sees Wally everywhere when he does the unthinkable to change his past, save his family, and kill the invincible manifestation of this person called Wally in his mind by bombing a crowded place after multiple failed attempts of killing Wally by shooting him. This means the detective, a well-renowned and respected law-abiding citizen, shot many people dead, even using a rifle, then seeing how he cannot kill Wally, bombing a crowded public place, causing mass devastation and tragedy. He killed countless innocent people, thinking he is killing the monster manifested in his mind, the Wally who killed his family. Therefore, none of this was real. It just was the detective losing his mind and thinking he is stopping Wally from killing his family. But all he did was contributing to a mass massacre. Whoa, it was such a twisted game. I truly hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can stay tuned for more by hitting on the subscribe button and the notification bell. As always, it's been your host Star, and I will see you on the next one. Have a fantastic day.